Howdy, partner. Welcome to the Review Rundown Google Guide. This episode, we're not just chasing stars, we're lassoing them down from the internet cosmos for your business.
I reckon y'all better saddle up and tune in. Yeehaw! Lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Bolts. I'm an attorney and founder of Bolts Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Bolts, owner of Bolts Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the miss in biz.
Let's get biz done.
In today's digital age, Google reviews are a crucial aspect of any business's online presence. Not only do they help potential customers make informed decisions, but they also have several benefits for the business as well. So today we're going to discuss some of the benefits, but then we're also going to tell you how you can optimize your ability to gain and maintain reviews as well.
I have a love-hate relationship with Google reviews. I love them because they help my business, but I am frustrated by Google all the time because they delete or fail to post reviews that I've gotten. Over the course of time, Google has deleted over 100 reviews of mine that I've posted, and I'm constantly trying to figure out what are we doing to violate these rules? Why aren't they posting? So that is why we thought this episode would be helpful for you. Is because we're learning as well on how to utilize the best practices so that we can maintain those reviews that we work so hard to obtain.
Absolutely. So the first benefit for your business is going to be establishing trust in your business. So when someone leaves you a Google review and they're satisfied, that helps to instill trust in your business, specifically for those who may not be familiar with your brand. When potential customers encounter positive reviews from others, it significantly increases their likelihood of trusting your business, which is going to lead to higher conversions and increasing your return on investment. In fact, according to a survey by Bright Local, 91% of consumers read online reviews before making a purchase decision.
And I agree with that. In fact, when new clients call my office, we always ask them, how did you hear of us? And if it's someone who found us online, very, very often they say it was because of your Google reviews that I reached out and contacted you. So I know for sure that Google reviews are helpful, and there's been times I've been so frustrated that I've thought, well, forget this. I'm not going to invest in Google reviews because it's so far out of my control what stays, and have thought, well, maybe I'll just build up reviews on some other site. But at the end of the day, Google is still king in the world of searching online, and so it's just a necessary evil that we have to deal with, and we just have to try to find the ways to maintain the reviews that we're obtaining. So the second principle behind Google reviews is that it improves your SEO, search engine optimization. And everything in the world of the internet is about words. So when people write reviews for you and they use certain keywords, that allows your website to show up when others are searching for those same type of words. Having more reviews can help improve your search rankings and increase your visibility to potential customers. Google takes into account both the quantity and quality of the reviews to determine a business's ranking. Therefore, fostering positive reviews can positively impact your SEO, resulting in increased website traffic.
And this is true with pretty much any other type of platform, right? If you sell things on Amazon, the more reviews you have, the more increased visibility you're going to have for your business. Same with podcasts. If you have more Apple reviews, you're going to have a better listen notes score as a result of that. So really focusing on getting reviews is important for any type of venture that you have, but specifically if you are a business owner, Google reviews are going to be what you want to focus on. And then the third benefit of gaining more Google reviews is getting feedback from customers. So valuable insights from your customer are another advantage of Google reviews. You can actively listen to your customer feedback, which will empower you to enhance your products or services, making necessary improvements for improved customer experiences. And then responding to reviews, it not only demonstrates your commitment to customer satisfaction, but it also showcases your willingness to take prompt action in addressing any concerns that they may have. And later on at the end of this episode, we're going to be discussing the best practices for responding to both positive and negative reviews, because responding to them is key in helping them to not be deleted by Google.
Responding to them is difficult to come up with new and creative ways to respond. I know so many times I've said, okay, I'm going to sit down and respond to some Google reviews, and all I can think to write is thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so nice to work with you. Thank you. And it's hard to come up with new things to respond to those reviews. And I know, Rachel, you've helped me respond to them a lot. How do you come up with ideas on how to respond to them in a unique way?
If you enjoy the Miss Biz podcast, but still have questions or need advice, we have some exciting news for you. Join us for Miss Biz Connects. Miss Biz Connects is a weekly 1-hour Zoom call on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This is 1 hour each week dedicated to you. We want to meet you and put our brains together to help you grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
To access the meeting link, visit us on our social media pages at Miss Biz Podcast, or send us an email to missbizpod@gmail.com.
Join us this Friday and let's grow the Miss Biz Nation.
So I try to think about the individualized experience, because a lot of times the customer will say exactly why they're so happy that they chose to do business with you and they had a positive experience. So I try to really focus on the uniqueness and that individual's experience. And then I really just try to make sure that they feel seen, heard, and appreciated. Because the fact of the matter is, when somebody leaves you a review, it takes time out of their day. You know, even if it only takes them 5 minutes to write something, they're still taking time out of their day to help you. So it's really important to show your appreciation and show them that you value their feedback. So in terms of processes, right, it's not like you can just get a website and automatically start receiving Google reviews, right? So there's a process that goes along with it. So the first step in getting Google reviews is to set up your Google business listing. So you're going to want to verify your Google My Business page listing, and this is going to ensure your business's visibility on Google Maps and in local search results. You can enhance your Google My Business profile by incorporating different images. You can also provide a description, although you do have to be very careful about the description that you provide. So for example, when I was starting my business, I set up my Google My Business profile and I was explaining what my company did. And at first it didn't get accepted by Google because they said that I was advertising my service and I couldn't advertise my service. But at the same point, all I was trying to do was describe what my business did. So you do have to be careful about providing a comprehensive business description. And another important thing that I see very often is that when businesses either relocate or they get new phone numbers, their Google My Business page isn't updated. So their contact information is old. So people may still be trying to call them, but because their business has moved or they've changed their phone number, they're not receiving any calls. So, setting up your Google business listing, it's very important initially, obviously, in order to even receive Google reviews, but it's going to be an ongoing process that you want to continue to nurture as your business grows.
An important feature of having Google My Business profile is that you have to have a physical address. And so I know do you know if that's still true? You have to have a physical address?
It's not true anymore. Now, obviously, if you have a business that your customers are going to go to, you're going to want to list that, right? But if you don't have a physical location for your business, what you can do is you can tell Google what service areas you offer or what areas that you service. So, for example, like if you're a roofing company and you're licensed in the state of Florida, you can mark all of Florida if you cover all of Florida. Or if you're a global company, you can cover all of the United States or wherever it is that you cover. Now, to set up your Google My Business profile, you do have to list your address. So it's whatever your address is registered, like here in Florida, it's on Sunbiz. So whatever your address is listed as is the address that you're going to want to use. But then you have the option to either put a physical location where your business takes place, or you can put the service areas in.
So when I first started my business in 2017, you had to have a physical address that you put there. And I worked from home initially. So I had to, it wouldn't allow me to do it otherwise. I had to put my house address on my Google My Business profile. And I hated having to do that, but it was more important to me to have a Google My Business profile than to not put my address. So I had to do that. For the first year I worked from home. And then I got a physical building that I operate my law firm out of, so it was no problem. But I remember that being a pain point for me, was like, I don't want to put my house address on my Google My Business profile, but I didn't have an option at that point. So I think it's great that they've changed that since then, especially maybe since COVID. A lot of people are working remotely, and that might have had some influence on it. But I also wanted to say that I think adding photos to your Google My Business is really good, because a lot of businesses don't do that. And so if someone is Googling and they can see what you look like, I actually put my staff photos on there. We've all had professional headshots done, and so I put the staff pictures there as well, so that people, when they're calling the office, they know what the person they're talking to looks like. I think that just helps build a connection when you know who you're talking to. So putting the photos there, I think, really helps them to get an insight into your business, especially if they're not going to your website, they're just seeing your profile. The pictures really helps show them who you are and what you're about in a more personal way than just listing your address and phone number and such.
Yeah, and depending on your industry, this can be a real game changer for you as well. So for example, if you're a med spa and you're having specials every single month, you can update your postings to reflect whatever the upcoming month's specials are, as just a way to entice people to actually make that next step and contact you. So the first step in the process, you have to set up your Google business listing, but the second step is you're going to want to encourage your customers to leave reviews. So motivating your customers to share Google reviews is a powerful strategy to enhance your online reputation. So you can request reviews from customers following their purchases or interactions with your business. A lot of times, like if you just answer a question and you don't charge them for whatever value that you're providing, you can say, hey, I'm so glad that I was able to help you with would you mind taking 2 minutes to leave me a review? And you're going to want to make sure that you're ensuring adherence to the best practices when seeking reviews, such as offering clear instructions. And you'll also want to make sure that you're refraining from providing incentives for positive reviews.
Regarding encouraging customers to leave reviews, so this has been something that I've tried a lot of different ways to encourage customers to leave reviews. And for years, I was sending emails. And recently, in the last probably 6 months, we started using a platform where we could text the request for a review. And the responses have gone through the roof. So I would encourage you, if you use a CRM or another tool that allows you to text the requests for the reviews, that you are going to get much better customer responses than if you're just doing it by email.
Absolutely. So, the second step is to encourage customers to leave reviews. But then the third, kind of to your point there, Brooke, is to share your Google My Business listing. So most customers are willing to leave a positive review. So it really pays to make the process as simple as possible for them. So you can simplify the process for customers by promoting your Google My Business listing, either on social media, through an email marketing campaign like you were mentioning, or on your website. And what you'll do is you'll want to incorporate a direct link to your Google My Business listing or a leave a review button on your website for added convenience. But the most important thing, whenever you're providing this link, you're going to want to provide a clean Google review link. So the next step we're going to do is kind of show you how to get that clean Google review link. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can either log into your Google My Business profile, and on the Home tab, you're going to look for the button that says Get More Reviews, or you can simply conduct a Google search of your business by typing in your business name. Now, you'll want to go into Google, and on the top right corner, you'll want to make sure that the profile picture that you're interacting is your business profile. You want to make sure that it's not your personal page. It has to be your business profile, because then what you can do when you Google your business name is you are going to go into the Google search and you're going to type in the name of your business, and once that pops up, you're going to go to the review section, and then you're going to click on the little share button in the top right corner, and that is going to be your Google review code link. Once you have this code, I suggest saving it. You can save it in a Word document. You can email it to yourself, whatever way is convenient for you, but that's going to allow you to have easy, quick access to it in the future. And then you can forward the link either via text or email marketing campaign to your clients, or you can even make a QR code if you have an office. You can make a QR code from the URL so people can easily leave reviews. And it is proven that text messages with the Google reviews are the most effective way to request reviews, due to the fact that almost 100% of phone users open them. But one thing that's important to note is you need to make sure that you space out your Google review request, because if you receive too many Google reviews in a short period of time, it's going to trigger a review flag, and that could potentially lead to reviews being deleted by Google.
So when you say you want a clean link, what is an unclean Google review link?
So if I were to go to Boltz Legal right now, interacting as me, I go to Google and then I find the section that says review and I copy that link. That link is going to be incredibly long, and it's not going to be the preferred link that Google wants you to have. So I can go on there to leave a review, but because it's not a clean link, the review may not go through. Google wants you to go through that process to share the G code link. So when you have the clean link from your Google My Business page, it's going to be a G code with a much shorter URL that's also going to take them to your review page, but there's going to be a more higher probability that Google won't delete it because it's authentic.
So it has the letter G?
Yes.
Okay, so we know that we have a clean link if our link starts with the letter G?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yeah.
When life has you stressed, Miss Biz has your back. Mom hack.
When you buy a container of frosting from the store, whip it up with your hand mixer for a few minutes. You can double it in size. You get to frost more cake or cupcakes with the same amount of frosting. You also eat less calories per serving.
Whip it. Whip it good. So the next thing that we're going to discuss is responding to both positive and negative reviews. So one of the ways that Google kind of looks at reviews is they look to see if the owner is responding to them. And it's going to be less likely that they get deleted if you are responding to them. But you want to make sure that you're not just responding to positive reviews. You're going to want to make sure that you're responding to negative reviews. So engaging with both positive and negative reviews, it reflects your dedication to customer satisfaction, and it also shows the commitment that you have to delivering exceptional customer service. You're going to want to address negative reviews in a way that adds value and it addresses customer concerns. It also will help you improve business operations because there may be something that your front desk person missed, and then they might need a little bit of retraining, or it might have been something that was your fault that maybe you didn't necessarily realize within your business procedures. So it really does allow you to improve business operations, but responding to negative reviews as well, it also showcases your proactive approach to resolving issues. So one thing that you can do when you're addressing these responses, if you want to, and we're going to get into the best practices of doing so, but you're going to want to make sure that if it is a negative review, you're not angry. And I know that can be hard because a lot of times when we get negative feedback, our automatic instinct is to become defensive, right? Or to justify it, right? Because everybody has bad days. Just because I'm a business owner doesn't mean I'm not human and I don't make mistakes, right? So I think one of the most important things is if it is a negative review, you got to take a minute and breathe and try to view the perspective from the lens of your customers and even to the lens, through the lens of potential customers that could be doing business with you. And think, what is the best way to respond? Not react, but the best way to respond and resolve this situation.
So what would you say about if someone leaves you a star rating that is not a 5, but they don't write any comment? I had that happen to me one time. Someone left me a 4-star review. I had no idea who this person was. I didn't recognize the name. It was not a client I had ever had. I don't think I've ever had an interaction with them ever. But I was really, and 4 stars isn't bad, but I was annoyed because it was my only non-5 star. So it was ruining my perfect 5-star record with this one 4-star of somebody I didn't even know. And I thought it was better to not respond to it because maybe Google would delete it, because they had no commentary on their review. It was just a star rating only. And Google likes to delete stuff, so I thought maybe Google will delete this thing if I just ignore it and don't respond to it. Was that the right thing to do?
I think it's always better to address it because it could be that this individual meant to leave you a 5-star review, but instead of selecting all 5, they didn't move their cursor over far enough and they selected 4. So in my opinion, it would have been best to respond with something to the extent of, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to leave us a Google review. We would love to have a conversation with you to see how we can optimize our performance to a 5-star level. We thank you again for choosing Bolts Legal, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care. Something like that, to where, you're really trying to figure out and resolve, like, why, what can I do to improve so that I can gain that 5-star review from you?
Except that it wasn't somebody who ever worked with me. So that's what was so annoying, is I don't even know who this person was. So maybe it was someone who had worked with me who just had a different screen name or something like that. But it was just hard to tell. I think I ended up submitting it to Google and saying I don't recognize who this person is. And I don't know if it ever got deleted, but I did report it because it was messing up my perfect 5-star.
Yeah, that can be very frustrating. So when you're considering responding to both positive and negative reviews, now we're going to discuss our best practices when responding to positive reviews. So the first thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to thank them for their business and ask them to come back. Now, Brooke, with your industry, obviously, like, you don't want to ask people to get in car accidents, right? But what you can say is, thank you so much for choosing Bolts Legal. We loved working with you, and we're happy that we could help you receive a favorable outcome. Should you ever need legal assistance in the future, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're here from you. Take care. Something like that. So you're thanking them for their business, but you're also inviting them to come back. And in your industry, it's not the norm, right? Because most people have either monthly services or products that people can buy. So you're going to want to encourage them to continue doing business with you.
And I do that. I ask them to come to me with any legal need, because even though I don't do every type of law, I know people in other fields, and so I oftentimes can refer them to someone else who can help them.
And I believe being specific is terrific, especially if you can identify one of those key words in your service within your response to the review. Now, Brooke, again, with your industry, it's a little bit, you have to be a little bit careful because you don't want to talk about somebody's full case while you're responding to the Google review, right? But you can still, if they mention it in their profile or in their review that, you help them with a Hurricane Ian claim, you can respond and say, I'm so glad that I could help you, with the insurance company, still keep it brief, but you're being specific to show that it's not, just all personal injury and it's not all just insurance law.
We're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case.
At Bolts Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. boltslegal.com.
So we spoke about responding to positive reviews, and we touched briefly on some of the practices when responding to negative reviews, but there's a few additional points that we really need to highlight on why it's so important to respond to negative reviews. So when you respond quickly, you demonstrate your commitment to customer satisfaction. Any type of delayed response, it may convey a lack of concern, which could potentially amplify the negative impact. Whereas when you respond quickly, it shows not only that person that left the negative review that you take their concerns seriously, but it shows everyone else who could potentially do business with you that resolving the situation at hand is something that you take seriously.
And along the same lines of having a level head and being calm is authenticity, which is key. When addressing negative reviews, prioritize authenticity and empathy. Personalize your reply to the specific feedback, showcasing that you are a genuine person who genuinely cares about the customer's experience.
And if it's a complex issue, it can be helpful to engage the customer in further conversation. This may be whether via email, phone number, or in person. And if you don't have that customer's contact information, then you can ask them in the Google review to call you, because it shows that you're committed to resolving their concerns and you're willing to go the extra mile to make things right. And sometimes just having that person-to-person conversation or even on the phone is much better than any type of written message back and forth that you can have. You're going to be able to resolve it more effectively and more quickly as well.
And if your business is the type of business that can offer a discount on products or services, that's a great way to try to win them back as a customer or to have them have a more positive impression of your business. So Chick-fil-A is an example of a company that goes above and beyond when they mess up an order.
I remember one time I had Lila and Leia were over. They were staying the night. Lila and Leia are Brooke's children. And I had ordered some food for Chick-fil-A, all right? It was like ordering food for an army because there's like, multiple little kids in the house, right? So I'd order a huge order and I ordered it via mobile pickup. And I think they forgot the fries or the chicken or maybe an order. It was a little bit. They didn't have enough to share between themselves. So I ended up calling them and they said, we see that you ordered this. We're sorry that you didn't get your full order. Come back. So I came back and not only did they give me what was missing from the order, but they also gave all the kids brownies. And I don't know if you ever had brownies from Chick-fil-A, but those things are bussin', man. Like, they are delicious. So they really went above and beyond. They apologized immensely. They had it ready for me. It was hot when I got there. And then they went and gave us the brownies, which were super delicious.
Those cookies.
The cookies are good too, man.
Are slay.
I gotta stay away from them. I'm on this New Year's health kick.
Yeah, they give you, it's like 5 or 6 of them at a time. I don't know. Those are so good. So where to showcase your reviews? Once you get a positive review, you want to make the most of it. Of course, people are going to see it on Google, but you can also showcase it in other places to try to engage different audiences with your, show them the great work product that you have. So you can put them on your website, and doing that, of course, enhances trust and credibility with potential customers by embedding the Google reviews on your site. This serves as a testament to your social proof, but also provides valuable information for website visitors. So to embed views, you're going to access your Google My Business account and click Share Review Form, then copy the embed code into your website's HTML. Alternatively, you could utilize third-party plugins like WP Customer Reviews or Yelp Widget Pro.
Yep. And then another opportunity, because you get an amazing Google review, right? And a lot of them really touch your heart. They make you feel good. They remind you why you do what you do. They're very motivating if you're having a bad day. I will tell you that. So you want to make the most of it, right? Don't just leave it on Google. So, put it on your website. And another thing that you can do is you can feature the review in a newsletter. So if you send a monthly email marketing campaign or newsletter for your business, you can actually boost boost conversions and foster customer loyalty by incorporating customer reviews into your newsletter. You can highlight specific reviews related to your product or service and encourage customers to leave reviews after making a purchase or when subscribing to your newsletter. So, for example, if you are a realtor, right? Obviously, you want to sell homes. That's how you make your money. So a great testimonial would be to share a review of, a young couple who just bought their first home, or, maybe a couple that just moved into their dream home. You're going to want to showcase those reviews if they leave you one, to kind of keep people trusting you and seeing that you're doing a great job with what you do.
You can also share your reviews on social media. This elevates engagement and enhances your online reputation by putting those Google reviews on social media. You can utilize reviews in posts, stories, or create a dedicated reviews highlight on platforms like Instagram. Sharing positive feedback on social media reinforces your brand's credibility and engages your audience.
So what I really like to do with reviews on social media is I like to do it a couple different ways. So you can have it to where, it's just the customer review and you're saying, thank you so much, Sally, for your 5-star review. We appreciate you and thank you again for choosing us. So you could keep it really generic like that, but then you could also, the next week have a call to action where you're like, if you've done business with us and had a positive experience, please leave us a Google review. So then you can put the clean Google review link into, your Facebook post, and then it could prompt the person to leave a review who's reading it, because you might have customers that you're connected with that haven't left you a 5-star Google review. So that's something that can be helpful too.
Something else you can do is automate certain processes by having automated emails or texts that go out that ask them a preliminary question like, would you refer our service to somebody else? And based on how they reply to that, you can decide if you want to send them a request for a Google review.
Yes. So the next question is, can you delete Google reviews? Because sometimes we really wish that those 4-star or below reviews would just go away. And unfortunately, it's the ones that you never want to get deleted that never go away. So can you delete Google reviews? And as a business owner, unfortunately, you cannot directly delete a Google review. However, you can flag reviews that violate Google's policies, such as a fake review or inappropriate content. And then after you flag it, Google will review the flagged review, and then they will determine if it should or should not be removed.
So I said before that a lot of my reviews haven't shown up or they've been deleted. Why do you think this is?
Well, there could be several reasons why Google reviews are not appearing, or if they were deleted. And some common reasons include like either a technical issue or they didn't meet Google's guidelines. So Google has certain systems in place that remove reviews, which include any of the following, and it's included inappropriate content, advertising. So if someone even leaves you a review and they're like, I highly recommend da 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 da, they went above and beyond da 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 da, like Google could potentially perceive that as being advertising. And it's unfortunate because not all of the ones like that get deleted, but some of them do, because I've had it happen. So advertising, if they think that, you put somebody up to it to advertise your business, they will delete it. Also, spam. Any sort of off-topic review can be deleted, or if it's a conflict of interest.
There's a couple of other things that I've noticed that aren't specifically in their their systems or their policies, but I think these are probably other reasons that they delete some reviews. One is having too many reviews in a short period of time. I know at my firm, I was really trying to focus on Google reviews, and so I ran a bonus with my employees one month and gave them a bonus for the reviews that they brought into the firm. And so we got a bunch of reviews in a 1 month period, and over the course of time, Google deleted them all. So I think it is just because we got a bunch of reviews in a 30-day period that they ended up deleting all those reviews. And so I kind of learned that lesson the hard way. Also, I think if you don't know what to write in a review, and so you just kind of Google some wording to use, if you find wording from some site on the internet, Google recognizes that it's copied and pasted from somewhere else, and I think they delete those as well. So you want to use your own original words, no matter how it may sound. It's definitely better than finding some better flowery language from another site, because if Google recognizes it as being somewhere else on the internet, I think that's another reason that they delete some reviews.
Also, I think it's beneficial if you have customers, right, that, you know, maybe you're a pressure washing company, right, and you did a very good before and after picture. You could ask the customer to post a picture in their review, and that, I think that will also help it from being potentially deleted as well.
I had a client one time who posted their own picture of themselves, and it showed up on my Google My Business profile. So it had like me, individual pictures of each of the staff, and then like Susan or whoever it was. It just had like her picture there. It didn't say who she was or anything, but it just had her picture. And I couldn't understand why her picture was showing up, but I think she posted it probably unintentionally.
That's pretty funny. So don't be like Susan. But if you're a business that deals with people, I mean, even having a picture of someone is better than nothing. So we hope that you guys found value in today's episode. We get a lot of questions about Google reviews, so we hope that we covered a lot of different components of it and that you found this beneficial. If you haven't yet, please leave us a review and hit that subscribe button, and we look forward to connecting with you next week. We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done. First John 5:14 says, "And this is the confidence that we have in him, that if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us."